Hi Year 3, hope you're all okay. So this is our spelling lesson for today. It's the 19th of January. So yesterday you will have had your test for last week's spellings. So well done to those of you who got them all right. You really did try hard, so I'm really proud of you. You can continue to practice these spellings. Our rule this week will continue, so that might help you to become a little bit more secure in it. And also, one of our activities tomorrow may also look at last week's words. So obviously that gives you another chance to practice it. Okay, so our what today is to know the meaning of a word changes when a prefix is added to a root word. Okay, so to know that the meaning of a word changes when a prefix is added to the root word. Okay, we're doing that by new learning this practice, and we're doing that so that we can add a prefix to a root word and then write a new definition. Okay, so a little bit of a rewind to last week. What I would like you to do is tell me what prefixes are, if you can shout it. Okay, so hopefully you've remembered that they are a group of letters or word that's added to the beginning of a word that then changes the meaning of a word. Okay, and if you have a look here, that prefixes that we have been using, so that we used last week and we are using this week, are in, im, il, and okay, and hopefully you can remember that. Fantastic, that they mean not or the opposite of. Okay, and the rules that we follow. Okay, what I would like to tell you, if I tell you what the root word begins with, I would like you to tell me the prefix that you use. Okay, so if the root word begins with L, which prefix do you use? Hopefully you'd have said the IL. If the root word begins with R, which prefix do you use? Hopefully you'll have said IR. If the prefix begins, if the root word begins with an M or a P, which prefix do you use? Hopefully you've said IM. And if the root word begins with any other letter, for example, a C, an A, or an E, what prefix do we use? Hopefully you'll have said IN. Fantastic. And here it is. Here's our chart that we were using last week, which gives us the root word and it gives us the prefix that we need. Okay, so today or this week, we have a new set of root words, okay? And these are eventually, with the prefixes added, will become our spellings for this week, which are test for next week. So these are our new root words. It's legible, mortal, responsible, considerate, patient, regular, direct, and advisable. So they are our root words for today. So what I would like you to do is just have a think. What do these words mean? Okay, I've had to split them into two. So obviously we've got 4 this slide, and then the next one will be another 4. Okay, so I've got the word, so the root word here, and I have a variety of definitions here. And what I'd like you to do is have a look to see if you can match the word, the root word, to the definition. So if you want to pause it whilst you do that, that would be great. Okay, so hopefully this is how you managed it. So legible means that it's clear enough to be read. Okay, patient means that you are able to accept delays or problems and that you keep calm. Mortal means that you are subject to death, which means eventually things will die. Okay, and regular means that things happen repeatedly in a fixed pattern, so that they may become the norm. For example, we have regular school times because that is in the fixed pattern of our start and our finish point. Okay, so hopefully that you can always pause it now if you want to read through them again. And our next set of words are here. So responsible, considerate, direct, and advisable. If you want to have a go now and see if you can match the word to the definition, okay, if you want to pause it to do that. Okay, fantastic. So hopefully this is what you would have got. Responsible means that people can depend upon you, that you make good choices and that you're considerate. Considerate means that you're careful not to inconvenience others or to hurt others. Direct means that you're going from one point to the other without stopping, without turning. It's just straight to the point. And advisable means that you think reasonably, or you are reasonable, or you are wise. Okay, so they are our definitions. The reason I've gone through those definitions is that our activity will rely upon those. Okay, and we said at the beginning that when you add a prefix to a word, it changes the meaning of the word. Okay, so in order to be able to add the prefix and understand the new meaning, you need to be able to understand the meaning of the root word. Okay, so that's why we've looked at that part of it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to really our activity. Okay, so we have our root words. These are all here. We have our definitions of our root words. Okay, we did those on the other one. And now we have our rule, because obviously it's the same rule that we were doing last week. Okay, and that does obviously change the word. It means not or the opposite of, but it also means that it obviously you add the prefix depending upon what the root word begins with. Okay, so we are now going to move on to our activity. Okay, so here it is. So I would like you to use it. So I would like you to use those word definitions, okay, that you've got, use those root words, and also use our rule. So I would like you to select a rule. So select a root word. So one of our root words from our sheet. These are the ones that are on this page in red. Okay, I would like you to use the rule that you already have at the top and add the correct prefix. Okay, after that, in your book, I would like you to write the new word. So for example, if you select legible, I would like you to add the correct prefix, which will be the IL, and then you will write in your book the new word illegible. And then what we're going to do is we're going to write the definitions, okay? So we need to remember that when you add this type of prefix, that we are changing the definition. So it will either be the not or the opposite of, okay? So you will rewrite that definition the opposite of what it is. Okay, so for example, we'll do the first one together. So if you just bear with me a minute, I will show you my screen that has got my camera on it. So here we go. Hopefully I am sharing the screen and it isn't doing anything at the moment. So just bear with me a minute and I will see what I can do. There we go. Hopefully it is on your screen now. Okay, so I selected that first word, which I said was legible. And we know that that meant that it was clear or it could be read. Okay, so legible. So I am then going to select, using my golden rule, the correct prefix to add to that word. So I know that because it starts with an L, I'm going to add IL to the beginning so it becomes legible. So I'm going to write that on my whiteboard. And then I am going to write the new definition. So if I knew that it meant that it could be read or it was clear enough to be read, I know that by making it the opposite or making it a not, I know that that will then become, so illegible now means that it is not clear enough to be. Okay, so that is the first one, and that's showing you how to do it. I'll just show you another one, so hopefully you understand, and then you can continue with the others for me. So the next one I'm going to select is direct, okay? And I know that if it starts with any other letter other than the ones on my rule, it has an in added to the beginning. That's the prefix that we use. So it then becomes indirect. Okay, so I've written that on my whiteboard. And what I would like you to do now is to add the new meaning, because obviously if we've added that prefix, we are changing the meaning of the word. So we need to write a new meaning. So if direct meant that you could go straight there, it got you straight to the point, there were no turns. It then means that if it's indirect, it means that it doesn't go straight there, or it makes several stops or turns on the way. So I could write, it makes several stops, turns on the way. I may also write, because on the other one I said straight to the point, I could write, it doesn't go straight. Okay, I have rushed mine slightly just to model it, otherwise we'd be on here for ages. Okay, but I would like you to make sure that yours is a lot neater than mine. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the original screen, which is hopefully this one here that you can see. And what I would like you to do is we'll just go over it again. Okay, so you are going to select a root word, so one of the words that are in red on this page. You are going to add the correct prefix, so you have got that sheet that's got the golden rules on it. Okay, so you're going to add that correct prefix. You're going to write your new word in your book or on your piece of paper, and then you are going to write the new definition. You do have the definitions, that's why we did the activity at the beginning, so that you have the definitions, so that you can write the new definitions for your new words, because obviously with the prefix we've changed the meaning. Okay, so please share all of your work with us on Dojo, because we love to see it coming through, and we do make comments on them and feedback, which is really helpful for you, because obviously if you've got a spelling test, it will help you make sure that you get as many right as you can. Okay, then I look forward to seeing everything come through, and I'll see you soon. Bye, Year 3.